Hey guys, I'm Tara, content coordinator at beach.com. I just got back from my beach vacation to Mexico. As you know, at beach.com we focus on the Caribbean and Mexico, and I've been reading, writing, and learning so much about it that I just had to go for my own personal vacation. And we made a little video so you can see all about it. So I knew my beach vacation in Mexico was going to be awesome. I just didn't know it would be so awesome starting in the airport. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to see who I saw in the airport and my crazy reaction. Hey guys, I'm heading to Playa del Carmen and Tulum, Mexico tomorrow morning for a week-long vacation. I'm gonna be free diving and scuba diving and probably just laying on the beach, really relaxing, getting to know the area. And we figured I'd document everything from start to finish so that way you know exactly what to pack, where to go, what to do, if you want to take the same trip. So I'll just go right into it. This is what I'm packing. See, I have my little toiletry bag here. It has all of my travel size bottles because I'm not checking a bag. I have mainly all I packed were workout clothes because I know I'm going to take a lot of yoga classes in Tulum. I packed bathing suits, of course, for the beach, a pair of jean shorts, my hair straightener. This little blue bag is a compactable like day pack that I like to bring everywhere. And then that's a raincoat I rolled up into a pocket because it's supposed to be rainy. A beach cover up, just like tank tops, a dress, really comfortable things for hot weather. I'm bringing 2 pairs of sandals. And now I'm gonna pack it all up into little packing cubes and into my backpack for you to see. So I wanted to take a really nice and relaxing vacation, and I was trying to find a good area in Mexico where, you know, everything was kind of close by. And if you fly into Cancun, you're right by Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. So I chose Playa del Carmen, especially for a freediving course that I really wanted to take there. And there's just a ton to do. There's restaurants, bars, scuba diving. I wanted to do it all. So I chose Playa del Carmen for the first half of my trip. Hey guys, I just made it to the Cancun airport, and I'm gonna find an ADO bus and head to Playa del Carmen. And now I'm in Playa del Carmen walking to my accommodations. So I arrived in Playa del Carmen, and I'm just traveling myself, and I booked a hostel which was right next to the freediving center I was doing my course at, which is Amancay Freediving. The hostel was Sayab Hostel, and I always stay at hostels when I'm traveling alone because it's really nice to meet friends. There's usually like a bar, you can meet everyone, they have community dinners. And this hostel was really nice. It had this beautiful pool. Everybody was really friendly. I made some friends. I heard some guitar and ukulele on the beach. So the following day, I met up with Amancay and the Amancay instructor, Candelaria, and in the morning we went over all like the textbook requirements for the course, and then we put on wetsuits and headed to a cenote in Tulum called Angelito Cenote, the Little Angel. And I think this cenote isn't as big for tourism, it's more for scuba diving and free divers. Those are the only people there. And so the first day we went through the course that was teaching us how to equalize. There were 3 other divers with us, and diving into a crystal clear cenote is amazing, but when you're looking down, like inevitably when you go a certain depth, it's just gonna be pitch black. And so I'd have my face down with my snorkel and watch the other divers descend who are way more experienced than me, so they're going really deep. And after a few seconds, they just disappear. You can't see them anymore. For me, that really freaked me out, but then when a couple minutes later, they just come back up to the surface, like literally out of the abyss. And anyways, that was an insane experience. My first day freediving, I had some trouble equalizing. It wasn't the best, but the Amancay instructor stayed with me after, taught me a special differential equalization technique, so that way you can descend upside down and it's not as hard to equalize. So that night I wanted to hang out, and everybody at the hostel was there was a big hostel dinner at the hostel, and then everybody wanted to go out to the bars and see the nightlife in Playa del Carmen. So everybody went to this little bar called Santino. If you go to Playa del Carmen or Tulum, you'll definitely hear about it and see Santino wristbands on people's wrists. Just a typical bar, kind of dark, a lot of dancing, really good music, good drinks. It was a really fun time. I made sure I got back early enough to get some good rest for freediving. And the next day of freediving was like the craziest day ever, my dream come true. So in the morning we learned more about technique, more about safety, and then we went right to Hostel Sayab where the pool is, and I practiced my static breath hold. And I have never really tried to hold my breath, but I held my breath for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which completely blew me away. I was beaming, I felt so good. I was so relaxed, I had no idea how much time had passed. Then we headed off to the cenote, and this day was a different cenote that was so small that when you're underwater looking up, you can see the perfect circle. Like, it's just like a little hole in the ground. It's day 2 of freediving with Amanke Diving School, and we're at a new cenote, which is tiny. And that day I had so much more success with freediving. I could equalize my ears. I went down to 11 meters, which is a huge deal for me. So while I was in Mexico, I knew I wanted to do the freediving, but I got my certification for scuba diving earlier this year, and I know that Cozumel has one of the best reefs in the whole world. Even though Amankai is a freediving school, you can book scuba diving through them. So I went ahead, booked a day of scuba diving.
Spirit shares the courses, so people actually know what they're doing.
I'm about to go scuba diving with Amankai Freediving School, the same one I've been doing my freediving certification with. And today we're scuba diving in Cozumel, so hopefully I get some good videos.
Be very careful, guys, because freediving is very easy to just outside it. Okay, we're setting your 10 meters, setting your
So my next day I headed to Tulum. I'm walking to the ADO bus station in Playa. Today we went diving in Cozumel at 2 reefs, and the last dive we saw a huge sea turtle and a shark. I'm taking a bus to Tulum now. It's Halloween here, or Dia de los Angelitos, and life is good. If you've read anything on beach.com, we've written a ton about Tulum, and you always hear words like boho chic when you hear Tulum. It's like the hippie culture, there's a lot of music, and I really didn't know what to expect about Tulum. I've done a lot of reading and writing about it here, but other than that, I didn't do much research. I just booked a really fun social hostel that was right in town, and I learned a lot about Tulum while I was there. You'll always see like all these really cool boutique hotels that are right on the beach. They're so beautiful. They have like beach bars, and they have cabanas, and they're just everything you expect when you think of like a rustic, like hippie beach hotel. And so what I realized is those are kind of separate from the main town of Tulum, which is something is good to know if you're going to take a trip to Tulum. You could stay right in town. There's a ton of hotels. There's even there's a lot of hostels. That's where the majority of them are. And then within bike riding distance, which is what I did, you can ride to all the beaches. I'm in Tulum today, staying at Hostel Che Tulum, and right now I'm riding my bike to the beach. I'm gonna check out Playa Paraíso. There's supposed to be restaurants where I can get like a beer and stuff. And yeah, Tulum's been really great. There's a ton to do, and I'll fill you in later. Saw a 2-for-1 margarita sign, so I stopped in at this beach restaurant called Diamante. So there are my 2-for-1 margaritas. I ordered some shrimp ceviche, and this is the view. Literally sitting on the ocean. pretty sweet. You may have seen our Day of the Dead video or read some of our Day of the Dead articles, but so I specifically planned my trip so that I could go to Mexico during Day of the Dead. And while I didn't plan to go to one of the huge celebratory cities, I did go to Tulum for Day of the Dead, and I didn't really know what to expect. I couldn't find a lot of information online about if they had a parade or anything, and at least where I was, there was no parade or anything like that. But you still saw ofrendas everywhere. There's sugar skulls and pictures of Frida Kahlo everywhere. It's really cool. I definitely still got the feel for Day of the Dead, but I think more of like the intimate side. So while I was in Mexico, I felt like I was doing so many things. I was just, often when I'm traveling, it's like there's so much to do. Even the food's the highlight. I'm half the time like, oh, where do I eat? And if you're in Playa del Carmen, and especially if you stay at Hostel Sayab, you definitely want to go to El Fogon. It's this yellow building, like 3 blocks north of the hostel, and it's just a really authentic restaurant. It's super cheap, and one night I was there was even a guy that came up and just on the side of the restaurant playing guitar. Today I'm flying home from Mexico. It's been a really, really fantastic trip in Playa del Carmen and Tulum. I think my favorite part was probably the scuba diving off Cozumel, and I completed my level 1 freediving certification with Amon Kai Freediving School in Playa del Carmen. Swimming in the Cenotes was amazing, and exploring the beaches in Tulum. I even went to the beach party at Papaya Playa Project last night, which was really cool. Hey beach fam, I'm at the beach party at Papaya Playa Project. It's really beautiful, and I think it's going to be a really good time. Hopefully I can get some good pictures.
How are you? Good friends.
So Beach.com is based in Sarasota, and I found an awesome flight from Sarasota to Cancun. It had really good times, really short layovers. I got my flight for $350 from Sarasota with a layover to Atlanta and then Cancun. I left Sarasota at 8 a.m. and I was in Cancun by 1 p.m., which was perfect. So I was walking through the Atlanta airport, changing terminals on my layover. And I kind of walk with a mission. I'm a fast walker. I'm walking really fast through the airport, just trying to get to the train to change terminals. And I see a man walking towards me, and it kind of crosses my mind, oh, that looks like Vince Vaughn a little bit. And then I'm thinking, and then I'm just like, keep walking, and then he's walking closer and closer and closer, and in my mind I'm like, oh my god, that is Vince Vaughn. And I can honestly say it was 100% involuntary. As he got closer and closer to me, I literally just went, oh my god! And my mouth is like, and I'm sure he gets this all the time, probably even crazier reactions. And as he walked by, Vince Vaughn said to me, hey sweetheart, how you doing? I've always been really skeptical of people that get starstruck, kind of thinking it's like, I don't know, lame. If you get starstruck, I'm like, they're just people. But I can honestly say I completely fangirled when I saw Vince Vaughn. So guys, thanks so much for listening and following my little beach vacation to Mexico. If you do decide you want to visit anywhere in Mexico, but especially Cancun, Playa del Carmen, or Tulum, make sure you head to beach.com. We have a ton of good articles. We have travel tips, travel deals. That's basically how I plan my trip. So let us know in the comments below what you would do on your beach vacation in Mexico. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.